Hello, my name is Paul Erik Rosenbaum from Web Games. I'm your tutor in a Photoshop tutorial called The Rocket. So, start using Photoshop, The Rocket. I wish to guide you through a 3-step long tutorial which can be used to optimize raw digital photographies into substantial high quality images ready for either being printed or presented on the internet. The method in consecutive order. First, adjustment of the grayscale. Second, reshaping the color contrast, and finally add an amount of color saturation. If you look at yourself as an enthusiastic amateur photographer, these methods may be new and undiscovered, but for professionals they are regarded as basic editing tools. So, let's get started. I've now opened up an older version of the Photoshop program, the version 7.0 from 2002. But even if the program is old, it is appropriate and totally updated in regard to the purposes of this tutorial. The image we have to adjust shows local football supporters here in the city of Bergen. The football club is called SK Brann, and it is likely that they just have scored a very important goal. The overall impression of the image is that it is quite dull. It is flat in its colors and its grayscale contrast. So the purpose is to reshape the image as a whole. To accomplish it, I'm using the method that I called the rocket, the 3-step rocket. First, adjustment of the grayscale. I choose Image, Adjustments and Levels. Here I drag the right scroller a little to the left and click OK. The next is reshaping the color contrast. I choose Image, Adjustments and Curves. In this dialog box I have this diagonal line. My task, or the task, is now to make a so-called S-curve. I drag the line, the upper part, a little to the left and the lower part a little to the right, and here I have the shape of an S. I click OK. Finally, I have to add an amount of color saturation. I do it with choosing Image, Adjustments and Hue Saturation. In the saturation scroller I'm able to add some saturation in dragging the scroller to the right, and I usually use the amount of between 15 and 20. So I here choose 18 and click OK. And what have I got? I've got a picture with a considerable new overall character. An astonishing change has happened. And to compare the original image with the adjusted, I can choose Window and History, and here I'm able to go forth and back. And when I choose Open, it's the original, and here the adjusted. So as you see, a dramatic change has happened. To show you that this was not just a coincidence, I'm now going to make the rocket adjustments to a new image, and now I'm closing down this image and open up a new Open and choosing a JPEG picture, original picture, raw I'm calling it, because it's taken just out of the camera, the digital camera. And here we have the same impression as the first one. It is a little dull and it's very flat in its colors, so it needs some adjustments. And now the rocket adjustments, we are going through them very fast here. Image, adjustment, levels, dragging the scroller a little to the left, click OK. Image, adjustments, curves, the S-curve, image, adjustments, and choose saturation. And here the saturation, scroll a little to the left. I give it 20 this time and click OK. And again we see a picture that has changed its character as a whole. Last thing I want to mention for you is that this adjustment of adding some color saturation is very often used in magazines and on the internet. It's a sort of style. And if I'm now adding even more, you will recognize it very fast. I think here I'm choosing saturation and I'm giving it 20 or even 30 in plus now, and you will see a change where the skies has got very blue, and it's getting even lovely. It's like a summer day in Bergen. I want to give you an advice. When you are working with the internet and compressing pictures in JPEG formats, it's very often those pictures are presented on the internet with a much lower value of saturation. Therefore, give them some more before you compressing them, and you will get a really nice presentation on the internet too, just as you watch it on the computer. So keep up with the professionals. Good luck.